Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Batman Arkham Asylum for the PlayStation 3. Last time, we shut down all of the pipes that are pumping the Titan into the Gotham River, so Joker's plan has pretty much been stopped. However, we still have the matter of Poison Ivy. But before we can get to her, we need to get out of the caves, and as anybody who has ever played a video game should have realised the moment you entered this room, it's like, yeah, we're gonna have a boss fight here. You take a wild guess on what the boss is. Now, I sprayed the explosive gel, but unfortunately, our big guy, the Titan, there he is immune to explosive gel. It'll still stun him, it will stop him in his charge, but you can't actually attack him or anything. So we're gonna do this the normal way. But we can use it on the mooks that are coming out of the lift. Sadly, the other side didn't have on. Oh! Last time he didn't even hit me. Right, so this is the first time we're fighting Titans alongside the mooks. Technically, we did have Bane, but we can't actually, do much with Bane. We can hit him, but that's it. We can't ride on top of him. We can still ride this guy like we could with the last two Titans, which is great to do amongst all of the mooks. This is probably the best part of the game to try and get the trophy to get a combo of 40, because when something like this happens and they all come out the lift, smack, smack, smackety smack. Give me a smack and I'll smack you back. Because this still adds up to your combo. And it's also incredibly satisfying to do, and it lasts a lot longer than it would if you were trying to attack a Titan. Because obviously then it would be incredibly broken. Other than that, this boss fight is still not really a problem. As long as you can get the Titan to run into the walls, he'll be distracted, and then you can just worry about taking out the mooks instead. You are sometimes better off just trying to take out the mooks first, even though it's still really satisfying smacking them with the Titan. And so it's like, it's one of two times you can do this in the game. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hold off this Titan for a bit, because I was trying to try out something. Because when we go up here after the fight, it plays a cutscene, which really looks like we should be able to drop the lift up above us onto the Titan, the one up there. However, we need to use the Ultra Batclaw to destroy the wall, but we can't do that yet. For some reason, it's disabled for this boss fight, despite the fact that the cutscene really makes it look like that's what we should be able to do. I don't know if it was just something that was like a last-minute cut or what it is, but it's such a weird addition. I would understand it if it was say blocking your exit to say you can't go back here, but you can go back here. So I don't know why it's like that. Oh, smacked again. Don't ask me how I did that. It does seem to be when you start evading, like when you go over the Titan, it does seem to make you somewhat invincible. But only to the Titan, not so much to the smaller mooks. It's really weird. Like, there are times where, as I saw at the beginning, it's like I can clip right through the Titan, and there are other times where I don't even touch the Titan and I still get hurt. Arkham City would bring the Titans back. You only encounter like you only encounter them like twice in the game. And it's the same situation, except they're immune to the Batarangs now. So I guess it's not that same situation. They're immune to the Batarangs. Instead, you have to use your Super Cape Stun. And you can still ride them. You can still smack around and everything, I think, anyway. But you also get like a charge, and you can do that shockwave punch. Because every bad guy has to be able to make a shockwave. See, now I can break down this wall. It's so weird, because it would be really satisfying if you could drop the lift on top of the Titan. But I'm not able to do that. So the only two upgrades left, let's upgrade our explosive gel. So that any enemy that gets too close to this stuff, it will automatically explode.
I had a sudden pang of conscience. I sought counsel from my priest on the choices I had made. I asked him if it was a sin to kill in order to save a life. The holy man said all life was sacred, but a judgment would not be upon my soul if I acted to save another. I left the confessional with my soul uplifted, convinced more than ever I am doing a service not only to mankind, but to God as well.
You really are quite insane. And you're the one in charge of the place. It really doesn't seem like it took long for him to become insane. But there are still some things that I don't quite understand about this story of the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Stuff that we will get to later on. Right. And what they want you to do is use explosive gel on the top of the lift. Nothing really tells you can use explosive gel, but you can use the explosive gel. I'm not sure if you actually have to. I think you have to. Not sure. But this is what I don't get. So I blow that up. It becomes a cutscene. It does that. Like, that looks like it should be able to just land on the Titan. That's what it looks like. That's what I get out of that. But no, it's just there. It's not like it's showing it to say your exit's blocked. Like, the top of it's really dented. You can still go down there. You can still go back into the caves. So I don't know why it shows you that cutscene when you can't use it to crush the Titan. They're big enough where I wouldn't kill them. As long as there's no smaller mooks down beneath it, they'll die. They're immune to explosions, but they'll die to that, surely. Or maybe they won't if they are immune to explosions. Maybe they'll be perfectly fine. And so Poison Ivy is getting even stronger. By that we mean she's turned the environment red. That's literally it. I mean, every now and then the ground will vibrate. Right, what I wanted to try out was the Sonic Shock Batarang. So I forgot to, I never used it in that last stealth section. Unfortunately, the sniper does nothing but see me. But luckily, he was close enough to the Batarang anyway. The Sonic Shock Batarang is something that I don't find very useful compared to the regular Sonic Batarang. Because the thing about the Sonic Batarang is it's a distraction. Like, you can use one, you can lure an enemy over to a location, and then you can sneak up behind them and take him down.
This island belongs to me now.
It then takes a while to recharge, but you can then use the Sonic Batarang again. When you have the Sonic Shock Batarang, however, you can then only use the Sonic Batarang once in an area. Because once it explodes, that's it. You can't use any more in the area. So that's one per stealth section. There is a chance that it won't blow up, like an enemy won't go to investigate it. The only reason that should ever happen is because you took out the enemy yourself. Otherwise, they will, at least one of them will automatically go over to it. I think they would shoot it otherwise if it was a regular Sonic Batarang, but it will go off. It will explode. I think it does something to the shock collar, and that incapacitates the mook. But it also means that you then can't use the Sonic Batarang in the room again. I should not have stayed still then. Yeah, these Batarangs, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. It's completely up to the Batarang. Because there are times where I am right next to the spore and for some reason Batman can't shoot it, and other times he can. I don't get it. I really don't get it. As we will see right now. Like, how am I missing this? I got that one. How did I miss the first one? Twice. And like the first one might have hit the pod, but the second one definitely should have hit the spore. So how did I miss that? How hot are these plants inside? Because it looks like smoke is coming out of them. Or steam. It's probably some sort of fume, I guess. Or some sort of gas they're producing. Oh yeah, it's green. So yeah, that's probably what it is. But I just don't get it with these batarangs. Because it happens all the freaking time, right? I think every area is closed off at this point. Unless maybe you can get into the upper section of intensive treatment, where that sniper was. And back to the caves where we came from. But other than that, it's all closed off.
I once went to a psychiatrist. Doc, I said, every time I get into bed, I think there's somebody under it. I get under the bed, I think there's somebody on top of it. I was going crazy, so I cured myself. I cut the legs off my bed, and then the doctor. Slept fine ever since.
I don't get it. Is it just supposed to be to show that he's a crazy killer? Because other than that, I don't get it. I mean, I can understand it sorting out the problems about being worried about your bed, but what does doing sawing the legs off the doctor have to do with anything? That part I don't understand. Anyway, 2 more trophies that we can just get over here with the Ultra Backclaw, because we can finally get that trophy that's the, does Scarecrow's gas break down barriers as it drives you insane? It does drive you insane. It really does. Because it's there for so long and you cannot do anything about it. Because it takes so long to get the Ultra Backclaw. But we can finally get it. How did this get up here? So, what is the point of this little section? And why is Scarecrow's gas canisters in there? Did a Riddler game put them in there? So otherwise, what is the purpose of having them here? I mean, we already know there are some really weirdly placed doors. That one at the end of the cave, for instance. We know there's a lift that takes you down there, but how are you supposed to get up to that door in the first place? I don't get it. It's not usable now. It barely looks like anybody uses the cave system around Arkham Island anyway, but this entire island, this entire place is like it's falling apart. Despite being a fully functioning asylum. Yeah, until Poison Ivy took the place over. But even before that, this place looked like it's falling apart. Because I don't think I can blame it all on the mooks wrecking the place. It just looks like an absolute mess. Now I think I made a mistake earlier when it comes to some of the interview tapes. I thought that Victor Zsasz actually went and killed Dr. Cassidy. Like, we know in his final interview tape that he somehow escapes and he's gone after Dr. Cassidy, and we know he knocks on the door. And then she goes to answer it. But no, but that's it. That's when it ends. It turns out that Dr. Cassidy is actually alive because she's in the game. She's the redheaded one that shouted right in my ear when I was in the medical building. I mean, I never really paid attention to the names. I did not notice that was Dr. Sarah Cassidy. I thought that was just a random doctor who doesn't get named. But no, that is actually Dr. Cassidy. I can't remember if we encounter every single doctor that we hear in the interviews. I mean, we know we encountered Dr. Whistler. We encounter her when we first come across Victor Zsasz. Obviously, we have Dr. Young. We have Dr. Cassidy. The only one that leaves, I think, is Dr. Kellerman. The one that's interviewing Poison Ivy and I think Scarecrow? I'm not sure if we encounter him. Because the only male doctors that we come across are the ones... It's that guy... Yeah, well, there's 2 of them. There's the 2 in the medical building. But they're not really going to do any of the interview stuff. I wouldn't have thought so, anyway. So, I don't know what that's all about. I want to know what these criminals are all doing to each other that causes them to need all of this medical treatment. Because I don't really know what surgery has got to do with trying to cure an insane person. I don't know. I am not doctor. That's the only word I could think of there. Maybe it does need something, I don't know, but yeah. It doesn't seem like something you need. If they get mauled by Killer Croc, sure, makes perfect sense. Why are these here? I never understood why there are Joker teeth here. Did I miss these earlier? Every single time I have gone like fully exploring the island between each and every section. How did I miss these teeth? Because there's really no reason you should have gone this way. Because surely it would have been faster to go the other way. Maybe it's because the botanical gardens are right the first thing you come across outside of this door? Actually, we had a sniper here too. I think this is the way they want you to go. They just wanted you to go after all 3 areas. Even though there's a quicker way to go. Yeah, once again, this is where the game kept on wishing I could go in the other direction. This is where the game kept freezing. Unfortunately, I decided to do it quite a lot in this section. Didn't do anything for like the first 16 minutes and then decided to do it multiple times at the end. We could finally get that trophy. So let's keep on going. I think that's everything in this area now, is it? Right, let's head over to Arkham East. Oh, East? I thought you said Weast. Right, we're almost there.
Are you up to the challenge?
Yes, I am, Riddler. Once you've taken out Poison Ivy and the Riddler is the only one left besides the Joker, Riddler will keep talking to you every now and then. I guess he doesn't keep talking to you. He does talk to you every now and then. It's like saying, are you going to give up yet? That's pretty much it. Yeah, we are almost there. That 199 is going to bother me. Don't know why, because I've already finished the game, but still, that's the sort of thing that bothers you. Fortunately, I do miss some Joker teeth. They were on in the other doorway, the way that connects the other 2 parts of the island. I'll get them. I do get them at the very beginning of the next part. Right, got some snipers up here. Let's take him out first. And line launch our way over. There we go.
Come and find me when you're done with that ring. Ooh, it'll be fun.
I'm not really here. Okay, so quick edit right there. The constant freezing was making all the sound go out of sync, so I had to sort that out. I thought I already did it for this video. Turns out I did, I just clicked the wrong one. So now it's all slightly more in sync again. Although there's very much left to do, which is literally just cleaning up this area. Being next to the Botanical Gardens, it's absolutely full of these things. And for no reason whatsoever, I just feel the need to try and take out every single last one of them. So yeah, this might take a while. By which I mean the next 2.5 minutes. I mean, you don't have to go after these things. I'm yet to decide if it's actually worth it or not. Because like they only give you 25 experience. At the same time, there's quite a lot of them. So is it worth it? Because a regular moot gives you 50. And there's not nearly as many of them. Which is why I can't quite decide. No, turn around. There's Joker teeth in a pod on the other side of that door. Oh, we'll get it next time. Luckily, these things don't ever appear on the top of the buildings. Or inside any of the other buildings. Just the botanical gardens. And some of the caves, but I guess the caves are a bit different. No pods down there. Strangely, they're very selectively placed pods. I mean, it's filling up my experience bar, isn't it? A little bit. Every number counts. I mean, Poison Ivy is in herself an experience. Poison Ivy... Well, there's some words for you. Poison Ivy is herself an upgrade because she gives you 5,000 points when you defeat her. Not that it matters because I get the upgrade right as I begin the fight. And that's the last upgrade. I always get the explosive gel upgrades last just because they're not useful. One can blow up your spray prematurely, potentially, if you want to try and get 2 mooks in the blast. The other can be kind of useful, but I'm usually only spraying 1 bit of explosive gel anyway. Alright, well, next up we're heading into the Botanical Gardens to take out Poison Ivy. And we're also going to get those last Joker teeth that I just missed. So, I will see you guys